Hello everyone, today's video is going to be about a certain group in One Piece which after the last chapter I might prefer more than the Yonkos. Yes, I know, it's ridiculous. And I'm not talking about strength here. You all can debate that till the end of eternity, as Ora for sure ain't giving us an answer, ever. This video is going to be me ranking the admirals not on strength but the potential that they have and the role that they are going to play in the final saga, and based on the material that we have up until this point. Each admiral will be analyzed on their greatest quality, on what has been the best part about them, in the future, on where I think they are going to improve. I probably will make a short video ranking the admirals on strength that might come a few hours after this video is uploaded. So let's begin. Just to remind you real quick, I have included Sengoku in this video as well, if not Garp, as he was an admiral once. So 6th place, the admiral that ranks the lowest, well it shouldn't be a surprise, is Green Bull. I think Green Bull is someone necessary we need among the marines, so Ora can explore better ideas with Akainu, so that he can have more freedom with Akainu. Green Bull is what some of us might have thought Akainu might possibly turn out to be. Not everyone. Most of course think Akainu is gonna get a tragic backstory and everything. Some thought that he would be a Green Bull type character, but after Green Bull's character, what Oda has done with Green Bull makes me happy and sure that Akainu is not going to be a Green Bull type character. And it's weird because it's not Green Bull. I'm getting excited, but for some other character, through Green Bull. Green Bull as a character understands the world well and clear. He idealizes Akainu's absolute justice, the justice that is defined by the world government, and he is impressed by the kind of order the world government has in place, as that's apparently the only way order can be ensured. And stability ensures order, peace. Stability doesn't, which does make him an interesting character to follow. Not anything new in media, but something that if done right, this would make admirals incredibly better as a written group. Moving on to number 5 is Fujitora, and I know it's low. As you go on in this video, you will understand why I have him so low. Considering the amazing stuff he got in Dressrosa, the recent revelations about him in the Reverie, helping the Revolutionary Army, Fujitora is an amazing character. His past is really intriguing, the loss of his eyesight, what did he see that was so terrible that he took his own eyesight, and to correct the horrifying experience, he joined the Navy, and as an admiral, a direct subordinate of the Celestial Dragons, the most unlikely place to come back to after having the experience that he says that he has had. He is Garp's peasant version, basically. Garp believes change happens when you invest in the next generation. Fujitora takes action now, which Garp easily can, by the way, with the reputation that he has. The thing I like about Fujitora the most is his approach of change in the present, and how this is going to influence and connect with Garp's faith in the next generation. The potential for the Navy revolution that might happen in the final war will probably happen with Fujitora, a man who believes in the present and sowed a result of the faith that Garp showed in the next one. And I also believe Fujitora before joining the Navy blinded himself just before joining the Navy, as that was the only way he would accept working directly under rule authority under the Celestial Dragons, even if he plans on actively defying them, unlike Garp. Now the reason he isn't at least number 4 on this list is the character that is number 4, and that's Sengoku. Sengoku is a failure and a contradiction of his devil fruit, the Buddha devil fruit. The Buddha is supposed to be wise. Sengoku's wisdom in the way he decided to approach the world is the most unrealistic one, and the way which in the long term isn't changing anything. The world of One Piece is ruled by cruel people in majority, whether that be pirates or the world government. His aim to make the world a better place is to end this conflict between two cruel majorities, between the pirates and the world government. And as world government seems the more unlikely one to lose, not because of their strength, but Sengoku's knowledge of the D's and the Void Century, the world government won 800 years ago, then too, and as Imu himself said, the D's are nothing but a faint echo compared to what they were 800 years ago, which makes it clear in Sengoku's mind that world government is better than both the world government and pirates fighting against each other in the world, because that causes more chaos. So his bet is on the world government, which is the right decision to make, an intelligent one to make, considering the lives it would save. The Celestials can only cause so much damage But the fact that he takes a decision that is intelligent but not wise and kind and faithful, he is supposed to represent Buddha in the world of One Piece, but his choices seem to cause more pain to the world than good. He should have the wisdom to understand what the choices, what the effect that they are going to have, but he doesn't with all this knowledge. Even with all this knowledge, he can't understand that a faint echo doesn't need that much wisdom to bet on. And maybe his judgment is clouded by Garp's failure, how his best friend's legend not necessarily failed but couldn't meet the desired results. He may think that betting on something he saw fail right in front of his eyes isn't wise, but in my opinion, taking that route is a contradiction to Buddha itself, the faith that Buddha represents. There are theories his devil fruit may pass to Kobe. I like the theory, I think, because what it might do for Sengoku's character, his death, what choice he makes in his death, this climax of the great pirate age which he thought wouldn't win against the world government, when he sees himself getting proven wrong, how will he approach it? The Buddha being proven wrong, and perhaps in death making a final right and wise choice. Who knows? Number 3 is Aokiji. Now I know, maybe it's low for some of you, maybe for most of you, but that's where I have him. I know he is the best admiral for many fans and was for me too once. Now the recent stuff that Aokiji got was brilliant. His history with Garp, combined with all the brilliant stuff he has received before, all set him up for an amazing character conclusion. A Navy soldier who only after he gave up his uniform, which happened by chance, the world opened up to him. As he said to Smoker in Punk Hazard, that he knows a lot more now than he knew before when he was an admiral. It just shows how much can the justice that is defined by the world government affect you. Even if you understand completely that the justice in effect is wrong, it still clouds your judgment. My favorite thing that Aokiji has, and also the one I look forward to, is his dynamic with Robin and his interactions with Blackbeard. He is in future directly going to be interacting with two greatest stars of the age, Luffy through Robin and Blackbeard as he is a member of the Blackbeard Pirates now. The faint echo that the D is now, according to Emu, how that will end up turning into a storm Aokiji could use against the world government, and the realizations he has had since leaving the Navy could decide the course of the series, of who ends up being the final villain. Aokiji, the role that he plays, could decide who will be the final villain of One Piece, Emu or Blackbeard, of how the storm that is caused by the D's is used, and Aokiji is in the thick of it. That's why he has joined Blackbeard Pirates. The storm that the clash between Luffy and Blackbeard should be enough to take out the world government. How will Aokiji utilize this chance is going to be really interesting and exciting to see. That's the stuff concerning Aokiji I am most excited for. Now moving on to number 2 is Akainu. I know it's surprising. Now I don't have a lot to say on him, as Green Bull took away one possible character type Akainu could have been, and I don't really want Akainu to have some kind of a tragic backstory with Rox D. Zebek being the villain or something. Though what I do think, which still hasn't changed, is his absolute faith in justice that's defined by the world government. As I mentioned before in this video, that Aokiji realized many things when he left the Navy. His judgment of the world was clouded before, and after he left the Navy, he realized many things. And Fujitora is free from that as someone who joined the Navy late after seeing what Aokiji has seen now. Fujitora had already seen that before. Akainu could be the one who has completely lost himself in his devotion to justice. The fact is, he could actually think that the actions of the world government are right, not because some are inferior to other people like Green Bull believes, but because the populace needs to make sacrifices, cruel sacrifices for the world to stay stable. And as piracy is the definition of instability, he hates them with all his guts. That's all I have for Akainu. His faith in these sacrifices could also be why he has survived that office for 2 years. And no, I am not trying to paint him in a good light, in a human light. No human is worth sacrificing. And with someone else being the one to decide when the sacrifice is made of your life, I think is wrong. Akainu is completely wrong in believing that. Just for the sake of stability, I think is wrong. Now, number 1. Like no question, he is the only one that remains. It's Kizaru. A surprise for many, for the majority maybe. And had I made this video before the latest One Piece chapter, Kizaru would probably have been on number 3 behind Akainu and Aokiji. But what the latest chapter did, wow. We all or most of us thought that Kizaru would help the Straw Hats, the cog in the system, would realize he can play a role, make a difference, yet he didn't make that choice. He didn't choose to help the Straw Hats. The concept of Luffy changing people has failed for the first time. Like, of course, it wasn't Luffy, it was Kuma who Kizaru had a relationship with. But Kuma is enough of an example to follow, to influence someone, to change someone. Kuma, who wanted to be Nika, whose hands of liberation saved countless lives. He should have been enough for Kizaru to help the Straw Hats to escape and defect, but it wasn't enough. The direction Kizaru's character is taking isn't surprising. You could expect this direction, but it's now unbelievable because of the Kuma flashback. Him dancing to Nika's beats still wasn't enough to change him. Kizaru has the potential to be the best admiral. His character concept, this cog in the system, has maybe been explored before in media, but in One Piece, with the Nika stuff and how charming Luffy is, Kizaru not helping the Straw Hats, possibly. The arc isn't done yet, who knows? He may help them, but if he doesn't, would be mind blowing. So that's my list of the admirals. If you enjoyed this one, like, comment, and subscribe. And I know my storytelling is rough, keep up with me. And I hope I bring something interesting to you next time as well. Thank you.